Hello students, in today's video we will see how to write introduction in IELTS academic writing task 1. Yes, આજની વિડિયોમાં આપણે જોઈશું કે academic writing task 1 માં introduction કઈ રીતે લખવાનું. આપણે જોઈશું example of table, line graph, bar chart and pie chart. Okay, so first let's see an example. So see, you can see here the example of table. Okay, here table the table below gives us the information on consumer spending on different items in 5 different countries in 2002. Means there are 5 different countries given and 3 categories. So there is one category is food and tobacco, clothing, footwear, leisure education and 5 categories. Okay, so the પહેલા આપણે જોઈએ introduction નો format. કયા format માં આપણે introduction લખવાનું છે. Okay, so let's see the format. The provided table depicts, shows, illustrates the dash. Okay, so the પહેલા આપણે grammatical concept જોઈ લઈએ આમાં. અહીંયા એક table આપ્યું છે, means there is a single table. So as the noun is singular, verb માં s આવશે. તમે અહીંયા બધી જગ્યાએ જોઈ શકો છો. Okay, illustrates, shows, depicts, આ બધાનો meaning similar હોય છે, એટલે આ બતાને છે, right? But say if there are two tables here, તો પછી શું આવશે? The provided tables, એટલે અહીંયા s આવશે. તો depicts ને depict, show or illustrate, આ ત્રણમાંથી કોઈ પણ એક સિલેક્ટ કરીને તમારે લખી શકો છો. Okay, and second thing is for year. હવે આમાં તમે જોઈ શકો છો the year given is 2002. તેની માટે આપણે છે સેપરેટ સેન્ટેન્સ બનાવવું. The only reason is કે if you are not getting too many words to paraphrase, suppose question માં words આપ્યા છે અને તમને બીજા words paraphrasing માં ના મળે તો શું લાગશે કે તમે question બેઠો કોપી કર્યો છે. So for that reason we can make separate sentence for year. So see here, the information is given for the year of આ કેસમાં લખી શકીએ છીએ આપણે 2002. Okay, now આ બ્રેક શું છે? બરાબર છે. So see, the provided table depicts the dash. શું બતાડે છે ટેબલ? 3 categories, 5 countries and the data is given in the form of percentage. એટલે આપણે ટેબલમાં ડેટા કયા ફોર્મમાં આપ્યો છે, which categories are given, which countries are compared, આ બધી વસ્તુ ડિટેલ આપણે અહીંયા આપી શકીએ. Okay, so first let's find out what does it show. આપણે એના words કઈ રીતે ચેન્જ કરવાના? It's the percentage of national consumer expenditure. So let's see. See what does it show? Percentage of consumer expenditure, percentage of national consumer expenditure. We will paraphrase it. Proportion of spendings by customers. Instead of a percentage, you can write down proportion, you can write down ratio, you can write down share. Okay? The percentage of consumer expenditure આપણે કહી દીધું, proportion of spending by customers. Are there any categories? Yes, there are 3 categories: food, drink, tobacco, clothing, footwear and leisure education. So यहाँ पे तुम्हें write down 3 categories. Write down 3 categories or list out the name like food, drink, tobacco, clothing, footwear or leisure education. Okay, same way countries 5 nations are given. So similarly या तो 5 nations लखो या तो પછી એનું નામ લખો. Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden and Turkey. Time period, yes, it's year 2002. So combine all these things and form the introduction. આ બધી વસ્તુ ભેગું કરીને આપણે introduction બનાવવાનું છે. ઓકે, તો અહીંયા કેટલું છે? એક જ આપ્યું છે 2002. તો format of the information is given for the year 2002. But let's suppose કે બે year માટે કોઈ ડેટા આપ્યો હોય. Sometime in a line graph there is a range. Like if you can see here is line graph. It's from 1979 to 2004. આ કોઈ એક specific year માટે ડેટા નથી. બરાબર? Here it's a range given. Okay, now if it is given future, let's say 2050, the future માટે data you have to given, you have to predict it. Okay, so let's take all the cases. मतलब the last हम लोग part कौन introduction of format on. Okay, the information is given for the year and month. So in this case, the information is given for the year of 2002. Okay. Now let's take different cases. First, the information is given from 1982 to 2002. मतलब આ ક્યારે આપણે use કરીશું? We'll use this mostly in line graph. આ આપણે મોસ્ટલી લાઈન ગ્રાફમાં યુઝ કરીશું કેમ કે લાઈન ગ્રાફમાં કોઈ એક સ્પેસિફિક યર માટે નહીં આપ્યું હોય. It will be a range. Okay. The information is given for the years 1990, 1995 and 2000. मतलब ત્રણ અલગ-અલગ યર આપ્યા હોય. Let's say 3 pie charts are given. And I have thrown another period on. Then you can use the word this sentence. The information is given for the years 1990, 1995, and 2000. Okay. The next, a past one and a future one. Or as let's say past, present, future. There are three different time periods given. Okay. Then you can write down the information is given for the year 1990, past Martino, and present time. Okay. As well as it is also predicted for 2050. See here, Amar had thought specific time period matrix. Okay, there are only three time periods given. There is one 1990, present time, and one for the future. Okay, but if there is a line graph, okay, and a line graph for data 1990 થી 2050 લગીને આપ્યો હોય તો 1990 to present time it's given. And from present time to 2050, it is predicted or projected. So in that case, the information is given from the year 1990 to present time. So it's given. As well as it is also predicted till 2050. Till means from present to 2050. Presently 2050 લગીનનો data predict કરેલો છે. Okay? જ્યારે ઉપરના કેસમાં કીધું only 3 specific period. અને વચ્ચેના ટાઈમ પીરિયડ વસ્તુ ડેટા આપ્યો that's not given. બરાબર? Okay. And the last, in some graph, the data is based on a survey. Like આપ્યું it is given on the basis of a survey carried out in 1990. So in that case, you can write down the information is based on a survey carried out in 1995. Okay, so these are all the different cases. We have taken past, present, future, in range, survey. Okay, so accordingly ગ્રાફમાં જે આપેલું હોય ક્વેશ્ચનમાં એ પ્રમાણે તમારે આમાંથી સેન્ટેન્સ સિલેક્ટ કરી દેવાનું. So there are two basic sentences we will be writing in introduction. First, the provided chart depicts dash. What does the chart shows? Means the data is getting percentage, it's getting quantity, and how many categories are compared, which nations are compared. So all this information you have to write on that. And then about time element. Okay. Now let's do next. Okay. Now let's form the introduction of this. So here see, what was our format? The provided table depicts the. So I am adding here the provided table depicts the. Now what does it store? સૌથી પહેલા એક ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછવાનો ડેટા કયા ફોર્મમાં આપેલું છે. ઓકે, તો અહીંયા ડેટા કયા ફોર્મમાં આપ્યો છે? percentage. તો સૌથી પહેલા એ જ લઈ જવાનું હોય, percentage લખી કાઢવાનું. ઓકે, તો એ percentage કોના આપ્યા છે એ જોવાનું. percentage of national consumer expenditure આપણે એને પેરાફ્રેઝ કર્યું છે. percentage of expenditure or spendings by customers. Okay, so say percentage of national consumer expenditure by three categories: or as you can say on consumer spending on different items. So instead of different items, write down three categories or list down this. I will prefer to write down three categories on three different categories. Which countries? There are five countries given. So in just list down Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. Okay, so see, what does it show? There are three categories. We have listed of five nation. The only thing remaining is the time element. Okay, so sentence, the information is now see, it's for a specific year. There is specific year for year. Suppose background year to 4 years, 1990, 2000, 2005. But when there is a range, like Niagara, so for from 1990 to 2005. Okay, so here it's a single year specific. So for the information is given for the year 2002. So that's it for the introduction of this table. See how format. The provided table depicts the what does it show? Percentage of spending by customers on three different categories. Now see percentage, they also use the word same, so I will just make a change. I will write down proportion. Proportion of spending by customers on three different categories in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Turkey. And the information was given for the year 2002. Okay, so that's for the introduction of table. Just note it down. Now let's see one more example. The next example is of line graph. You can see the graph below shows the consumption of fish and some different kinds of meat in a European country between 1979 and 2004. You can see here the graph, the data is ranged from 1979 to 2004 and four different categories are compared. So basic format will be same. The provided, now it's line graph. So the provided line graph depicts that. What does it show? There are four different categories of meat. Okay, and there is the form of quantity is given of a European country. Okay, so let's form the introduction. First thing, what does it shows? The first question is, what does it shows? Okay, so you can see the data. Last table में data क्या form आपको दो person data. आया क्या form आपको से grams per person per week. तो ग्राम में आप लोग कोई physical quantity measure करें, we will say it as a weight or amount or quantity. Let's list quantities. What does it shows? It shows the quantity. Okay, quantity of what? Quantity of fish and some different kinds of meat. So quantity of meats. I will say different kinds of meats. Categories. Api say categories are yes, there are five different. Sorry, four different categories of meat. So I'll write down fish, lamb, beef, and chicken. Okay, countries. There are not specific countries, but sorry, there is a European country. Means in general, we don't know which specific country is that, but in general, there is a European country. So I've written a European country. Okay, don't write down any European country. by just looking at getting the corner. You have to check the pronunciation. Okay, its pronunciation start with year, so it will be A, not N. And time period, yes, is from 1979 to 2004. Clear? So what does it show? Quantity of meat. Categories either I have four types of meat, or what I can do, instead of writing meat, I will use fish, lamb, beef, and chicken. So quantity of meat, actual case it's not quantity of meat, it's quantity of meat consumed. Say consumption of fish. So I will write down here quantity of meat consumed, and instead of meat, I will use fish, lamb, beef, and chicken. If I want to write down grams per person per week, I can write down in bracket just next to the quantity. Okay, so now let's make the introduction. Okay, so what is our format? The provided line graph depicts the chalo, the provided line graph, एक line graph chair and it depicts. Now, what does it show? Quantity of instead of meat, I will write down fish, lamb, beef, and chicken in a European country. Okay, time element. The time element, the information is given. Now see, there is a line graph. It is a range આપી Le for the from 1979 to 2004. Okay. Now we can make it interesting. Instead of that, I will also write down here. So it was from, not for. There was a mistake. But I can also write down for a period from year 1979 to 2004. Okay. Now see here, if from 1979 to 2004 is 25 years. You can also write down for a period of 2.5 decade from 1979 to 2004. Yeah. So see, same format the provided line graph depicts the potential source, quantity of meat, right? Sorry, there is a mistake. Quantity of fish, lamb, beef, and chicken consumed. Okay, consumed, because this was quantity of meat is consumed. So quantity of fish, lamb, beef, and chicken consumed in a European country, and the information is given for a period from 1979 to 2004. Okay, so that's for the introduction for line graph. So just note it down. Take the example of pie chart. Okay, here you can see there are two pie charts. Where pie chart are so between pie charts depicts the depict into bare pie charts. Okay, the two pie charts below show the online sales for retail sectors in Canada in 2005 and 2010. So now let's make the introduction. What does it show? It shows proportion. Data क्या from में आप्યો છે? Percentage में आप्યો છે. So it shows proportion. So I will write it down. Let's say ratio this time. Okay, ratio of what? Because here online sales. So ratio of online sales. Categories, there are four categories given. And these four categories are of retail sectors. Okay, so countries, there are, okay, countries, yes, it's Canada. Let me down, Canada. Okay. In time period, there are two specific time periods given in this pie chart. For this pie chart, there are 2005 and 2010. Their time period available. Okay. Now, either write four categories, or I will say four retail sectors, or list out this. Yeah, I will prefer to list it out. Okay. So now let's explain what's the format. The provided pie charts depict the provided pie charts depict pie charts depict my as layout. What does it show? Ratio of online sales. The ratio of online sales for, so I will use for, you can see online sales for retail sector. So instead of retail sectors, I will list it out. Electronic and appliance. See, in address you cannot use this symbol, but in here that category is the number. So I am using it. Whereas in normal writing, you can't use symbol for IELTS writing. It must be formal writing. So electronic appliance. Next is home furnishing. It's home furnishings. Next is food and beverage. The last one is video games. In Canada. Okay, now the last part, time element. The information is given for the time period. So it's not time period. There are two different time periods given. So information is given for the years 2005 and 2010. Okay, so same format, the provided pie chart depicts the what does it show, how many categories, countries, and the information is given for the time period or information is given for the years 2005 and 2010. Okay, you have the open introduction for pie charts. So just note it down. Now let's take one more example. Now let's take the example of bar chart. Let's take the last example for today's video. Bar chart, you can see here there is a bar chart. The bar chart they also shares of expenditure for five major categories in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Japan in the year 2009. See here, four countries, चार country are here, and the category is here five. There are food, housing, transportation, healthcare, and clothing. Okay, so let's bring the introduction. What does it show? Data tab from children. You can see here it's given percentage. So I will write it down. Percentage. Let's take ratio. Okay, ratio of what? Expenditures. Ratio of expenditures. Categories, how many categories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's take 5 categories. How many countries? 4. Let's say 5 categories are given and 4 countries time period. Yes, it's 2009. Okay, so now let's frame the introduction. Also in basic format, the provided bar chart depicts what does it show? Ratio of expenditures. Now either use 5 categories or list out food, housing, transportation, healthcare, and clothing. Same way, either use the word 4 countries or list out the name of the country. And so here, question का country का नाम list out करा है. So I will think different. Instead of that, 4 countries getting matters. Question one use the word 5 major categories. So I will change it. I will list down. When I get list down for this. Okay, that's it. On basic format, the provided bar chart depicts. As it's a single bar chart, I will use the word depicts the what does it show? Ratio of expenditure. So what is here? Ratio of expenditure for 5 major categories. I will use for food, housing, transportation, healthcare, and clothing. Okay, in 4 different nations. Okay, now see, you can see the United States, the United Kingdom, but Japan, Canada. Any other than याद रखो कोई कंट्री नाम रखो तुम्हें लाइक इंडिया श्रीलंका जापान कनाडा चाइना तो एम आगे द नाम बट यूके द यूके यूएसए द यूएसए यू स्टैंड्स फॉर यूनाइटेड એટલે એક કરતા વધારે ભેગા થયા છે okay so in that case you have to use the United Kingdom the USA the UN okay but normally UN is normally but UK, USA, for that you have to use the, but for remaining like Canada, Japan, India, Sri Lanka, China, don't use the. Okay, now time limit, the information is given for the year 2009. Okay. So once again, I'm repeating the format for introduction. The provided chart depicts as right of what it shows different categories, different countries, and for time element, the information is given for the period of, or for the period from, or for the year of. Okay. So just note down the introduction for this bar chart. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Now just take as many examples of line graph, bar chart, pie chart, table, and try to write just the introduction in this format. Okay, so practice as much as you can for introduction. Okay, thank you.